Hey, what's going on, man? The Magic Room podcast. Welcome back to this channel where we share knowledge, informations, and mindset. You already know the vibes. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with a friend. It can help me. It can help you. It can help somebody else. So today we have a guest. We have a guest that's gonna talk to us about prayers. As you know, I'm doing a series right now about prayer that talks about the importance of prayer. Do you believe in prayer? Do you don't believe in prayer? How often do you pray? What do prayer means to you? All of these things. So that's what we're talking about in this series right now. So today I have a guest. He go by the name of Jackson Chery, and he's a musician, Christian, and man of faith, entrepreneur, you name it. So without further ado, Jackson Chery, introduce yourself, let us know what you do, where you're from, and share the wisdom with us today.
Yo, what's up, man? Kenny, first of all, thank you for having me on here for us to, I would love to say break bread, but we don't have food in front of us, but I definitely coffee.
I got some tea. I got some tea.
So I got the boost.
Two brothers having tea in the morning.
Yeah, fact. So, so we're still we're not breaking bread in food, but yet we're still breaking bread the same. When you break bread, it's usually about sharing minds and concepts and stuff.
There you go. There we go.
So we here to do the same thing, man. So thank you for having me and getting the information to the people. So, my name is Jackson Chery, like the Magic Man himself said, I'm here to hey man, my new world is I can't even say it's my new world, but I've always been music, food, and fashion. You know what I mean? But now that, all the resources are coming together and people are, seeing that I'm mostly known for my music, from playing with being Jackson Chery and Bridging the Gap or IET Band.
Yeah,
being the band that I've covered the Grammys, played with Missy Elliott. I mean, I could go on forever.
Yeah, hey, I know, legend.
I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I got a Latin Grammy, and I've been on that road forever. And like I said, some people know me because I started off doing fashion shows in 2003, man. That's how
I didn't know that. That's good. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, my very first fashion show was in 2003. I did it for about 8 years straight. And here's the funniest thing is that some people know me for basketball tournaments. Interesting.
This guy does it all.
I mean, you know what it is? I used to hate to show people my creativity because I never wanted to be called a jack of all trade of master of none. Then I was talking to a good, an older dude that I've been connected to. He's like, Jackson, it's called a Renaissance man. A Renaissance man's here to provide a need. So
that's powerful.
So at this point, I stopped letting people put me in a box. So if you say, "Hey, that's Jackson the drummer," I'm like, oh, "Okay." "Hey, Jackson, that's the guy that owned the restaurant." "Oh, okay." But if you just say that's Jackson Chery, for me, that alone, has all of its insights within it. If that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, man. So we'll get into it. Talk to me, bro.
All right. So the topic today, man, it's prayer. I want to know. I know me personally, prayer is really important to me. So I want to know: do you pray? That's the first question. Do you pray? Is that something that you do on a daily basis?
That's a good question. For me, I believe prayer is a lifestyle. I mean, a lot of people think prayer is just you fall on your knees, Father God, or blah blah blah, and it's done. Prayer is because you gotta remember praying. Some people don't like to pray because they don't know how to pray.
That's true.
Right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And for them, they're like, "Oh my God, like what do you say?" And I think, Abraham in the Bible, I remember God had called him his friend. You know what I mean? It's like, so my question to you out there is, what would you say to your friend? You know what I mean? And do you consider God your father? So now add friend and father in one. So when you talking to your father, or when you talk to your mother, or the person that is your guardian, and the person that you believe that you get what you need from, what's your approach? And once you
True.
understand that approach, then you automatically know how to pray. Because the reality is, the first thing is this: when you go to your parents, the first thing you want to go is with the sense of what? Humility. And
Yeah.
one thing that, if you know, your parents should always have, I mean, not comparing your parents to God, but just get the comprehension. Parents always have a level of grace for the most part.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. And to add to what you're saying, to me, I see parents as the example of God physically in your life.
oh yeah,
So
no, no,
parents they represent God basically. So yeah. So what you're saying is definitely
yeah,
that.
sure. So it's like, so when you go to them, you gotta. There's a form that when you're praying, it's that form. And like I said, one of the biggest things is that when I say lifestyle is, the constant communication. Like, yo, God, like, what I mean, thank you for this morning, thank you for this afternoon. Yo, God, man, man, like something as simple as, because in my beliefs, Bible says, leave God out of nothing.
Hmm.
So, you know what I mean? So if you, even in the afternoon, I mean, some people don't do it. Some people find tedious. I'm not saying every second I do it, but something as simple as praying over your food, something as simple as, yo, God, man, I'm about to leave this house, man. Whatever car that's on its way. You know what I mean? Like, just
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
constant conversation. So for me, like I said, prayer is a lifestyle.
That's true, man. That's true. I can definitely relate to that. Can definitely that was gonna be my next question, but you already answered. I was gonna ask you if you had to give prayer a definition, what would it be? But I guess you answered that right now, which is a lifestyle. So,
Fuck.
you also mentioned the Bible because I know people pray for different things. That's a whole podcast by itself. So I'm glad that you made sure you mentioned the Bible, you mentioned, God and stuff like that. So how important is prayer to you though? Like if you like how important is that for you? You gotta eat, you gotta drink, but how important that you feel prayer is for you in your life?
I believe you will feel. I'll say, I'll give him a general answer, and I'm gonna give my personal answer. A
Okay.
general answer is that you should want to have prayers as much as you want to have answers, right?
Hmm.
And you want to have prayers, you want to have a prayer life as much as you want guidance. The more prayer, the more guidance. The more prayer,
True.
the more in the know, right? And personally, prayer is very important for me. I can't say I've always had, understood praying, because again, because of religion boundaries, and because of the way people make you believe you got to pray like they do, or have the Bible verses, and where and when, just like them. No, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Prayer for me, more and more, just became more of a conversation, more of a place of God. It's me. Hey, 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 it's me again. The guy that's always lost. You know, the guy that just said something stupid, the guy
Yeah,
that's had a prideful moment, the guy that's very envious right now, the guy that. And I think what happens with our prayers is that we not we're not real, right? We're not real where we can say,
yeah.
yo, God, man, um, yo,
Like I
man,
messed up. I messed up.
I got mad pride. Can you help
Yeah,
me with this? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, God, I just stole this watch. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
what's deep is that that's what God wants from us. He wants that person, the person that, and the problem is that we keep comparing God's grace and God and the way God is to the way man is. You know what I mean?
That's
And
true. That's very true. People do
we
that a lot.
a lot. It's like, yo, man, oh man, like, man, I'm like, yo, how sick would you be, when you get to your afterlife and you see Bin Laden right next to you? You'd be sick. You'd be like, what the heck? What kind of God? What kind of God graces a guy like that? I said, man, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's a weird
There's like
space.
countless scriptures in the Bible that tells you that tells you how many people was like shocked to see how much grace God had for certain people that they expected to be, the bad people in their
Like,
eyes.
for example, like to be honest with you, David, nobody, according to Bible, there's nobody on earth that's been worse than David.
That's a fact. And he wrote half of the Bible.
Right. Then God turned around and says, yo, David is like a man after my own heart. Like,
Yeah.
how can this biggest murderer? It's just to show you, man, God's grace is larger than life.
That's true. That's true. But you know as you're saying that, one thing that crossed my mind right now, it's everything that you just said, like religion, society. They've been programmed people to really believe the opposite. Like, oh, if you do that, God is gonna punish you. If you do that, then God is like, it's like somebody that if you become an homosexual, then your parents is really gonna be mad. They're gonna kick you out the house. They're always gonna try to hide that from their parents. So it's very true what you're saying, man. And I encourage people all the time to try to break from that religion routine and the society, because you really have to build your own connection with God and really get through it to life. So that's very powerful what you say, man.
To be honest with you, I realize people like rather religion over spirit.
Because it's easier for them.
It's easier. It's more, and it's structural, more structural.
Yeah.
And it's more man dependent, and it's more physical. So,
and that's where it's crazy.
Yeah, right. Religion, people rather, oh my God, let me pray to a statue. Hi, Mary. People rather, you know what I'm saying? People rather, okay, I have to walk into this church every Sunday. And I mean, I tell people, the Bible says, don't neglect the gathering, because you believe Jesus himself in his whole life, you only walked into a synagogue no more than 4 times. So that means I personally over exuded the amount of church going myself. If Jesus himself went to church only 4 times, what the hell did I did?
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that's something that is gradually gonna come as you do more experience alone between you and God. And I feel like some people, I'm not, like I said all the time, I tell people, like, listen, if you feel like going to church is helping you, keep going to church, but do not neglect your part, which is your time alone with God, because that, to me, I always say that that's the most important thing. Time alone, I don't know. I don't know how I need to learn how to say that in like different languages, because to me, I feel like this is very, very, very important.
I mean, that's why the Bible says that's why the Bible says, don't neglect the gathering, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say don't neglect the church. He said the gathering, meaning like right now there's a gathering between me and you and the many people that's going to be watching. That's a gathering right there.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That means don't stop the good work. You know what I'm saying? Now, if now, how many of us got detached from the church throughout COVID? So clearly your worship can't and your prayer can't be dependent on a building, because at any point it gets shut down. Now what? Does that mean your relationship shuts down?
That's true.
That's why, what you're saying is very good about doing your part, because if you don't do your part, you don't know what that looks like behind the closed doors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. That's I hope the people are listening. But hey, make sure you leave in the comment. Let us know how you feel about prayers. We'll have all the information of Jackson Chery under the link in the description as well. You can reach him. Check out his songs. He got this guy does it all. I'll put all of his information in the description. So next thing I would say though, if you want to say, before I say that, actually, what how did you learn? What was your journey in like growing and get to the point where you're at right now? What was that journey like? What did it look like to become confident now to know, like, you know what, I have my relationship with God and stuff. Because I know, like me, I can take myself as an example because I started in church. You know, I grew up in a Catholic family. My mom was always spiritual and doing the church at the same time. She did both. So that kind of like put me in a better position mentally, I would say. But I definitely was in the church and doing the routines and everything. How was that for you?
I
That
mean,
journey?
I think, I definitely grew up. Definitely grew up in a church building, but the church building was good. But what made me, what really helped my personal relationship with God and with Christ is through constantly being aware of where you are and accepting the stage of where you are, right?
That's powerful. Say
And
that
saying,
again. You got to say that again. That's good.
you it's constantly acknowledging where you are and taking it from where you are and letting God do the rest, right? And saying, God, it's me again. I'm lost. I'm trying to figure it out. X, Y, Z. Because what happens is when you try to skip levels, you miss the very part that's supposed to take you from one place to another. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like, watch this. As far as, and check this out. Like, I look at my kids. Kids are very smart. Hey, yo, Jackson. I remember schools like, yo, we could skip your daughter to the 6th grade, right? But let's look at it like this. My daughter belongs in the 4th grade per age. Bringing her to the 6th grade does many different things. Number one, it puts her in a group of people that's older than her, that don't even necessarily think like her, that has different body structures.
That's true.
Just because you are in the know, does that mean you have to skip the stages of what you should be learning at that stage? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
So,
That's good. That's good.
you know what I mean? Okay, great. Now she's so smart. Now you're in 6th grade. Yeah, you know everything. You're mad smart, but are you ready for the rest of the conversations? Are you ready for the kids, the 7th, 8th graders that's potentially gonna look at you like, oh my God, look at this pretty little girl. And she's like, no, I'm 9. Get away from me.
Yeah,
These are,
yeah. That's true. That's true.
but sometimes a parent will look at it like, oh my God, my kid will be a doctor at 21. Yeah, but when did she get to live the stages that God actually implemented? God is so big about stages where he left at 33. If God was trying to show examples of why wouldn't Christ die at 45 or 50? Because stage matters. The then, the when, and the how matters. But you know what I mean? So I tell people, as you get to know your process. Don't get to know Jackson's process, Kenny's process, Mono Chuchu's process. You learn your process. Get to know what that looks like, because you know what I mean. I always tell people, God will never ask you on what someone did to you. God's not gonna say, yo, Kenny, what did Jackson do to you? God's gonna ask, yo, Kenny, how did you respond to Jackson?
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's
So
true.
my action doesn't matter. Your reaction
Your
matters.
reaction matter. Yep. He's dropping a lot of facts today. That's good. That's good. But if somebody now, let's say somebody comes to you, right? They're saying, "Yo, Jackson, I've been praying about this, or I've been praying for this, and I don't feel like God is listening to me. I don't feel like my prayers are being answered." Um, Based on what they telling you, based on what it is that they praying for, what would you respond to that person? Because there's people that have been praying and they feel like they're not getting any response, so they feel like it's not working. This thing is not for me, so they turn into other stuff. So what would you say to keep them encouraged, like to encourage them and keep them going in that line?
You ready for this one?
Hey, drop it.
All right, cool. I love these things because we didn't prep these questions. You didn't send me questions, so everything's on the fly, and I love on the
I
fly.
know.
That's,
Welcome to the
that's,
Magic Podcast.
I
Magic
love
Room
it. I love
Podcast.
it, man.
Hmm.
I love it, man. Okay, so I look at it like this. I go to the gym. I'm going to the gym. My body looks great in a suit,
Hmm.
right? I look good. My arms are solid. I'm starting to have the sessile neck. You know what I mean? And I'm looking good. But yet my abs are still not poking out. Now, what that's going to require is a different level of workout. Now that might mean now I need to run more. Now it might mean I have to change my diet. Actually receive that next level of result. What happens is we always look to do the same, get different results doing the same thing.
Gotta drop a bum for that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Literally.
That's true.
Literally. So we're like, yeah, God, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, God, I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm like, great, cool. All right, cool. So, okay, great. All right. So every morning you wake up, God, make me pass the test. All right, later. God, make me pass the test. All right, and you keep failing it. How about let you pass the test, Lord? Let me study and help me retain the knowledge.
That's powerful.
So
it's a different approach. Yep.
And now that's you. Now the Bible talks about God loves those that helps themselves. So now watch this. You go, God, I prayed. God, I studied. It's not enough. Okay, now there's another level. Okay, great. Now you need a tutor because that's something you're not understanding. You see what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm there.
There's always another level that will allow God to meet you there. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to the gym and watch this even deeper, as much as it's good to drink water, a bodybuilder that's competing, the day he's taking pictures of his joint, he don't drink water. Because
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because he doesn't call sec. So when he I say that to say, do not do what you think is good. Do what is good.
That's true.
Because oftentimes, if I'm working out, because at the gym I see him with water. You know what I'm saying? He's always drinking water. His commercial says water, but that's for the gym. But when it's time for him to actually compete, he put the water.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's why I encourage people. There's never a right time to be wrong. It's like when someone does something, I did something to you, you did something back. You're wrong. You're still not right. Because there's never to be wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong. You shouldn't drink water now. This is when you don't drink anything. And we gotta constantly understand, for you to get to a different level in prayer or anything, there's sacrifices you got to make. That's why they do things such as a 40-day fast, 21 days. Those are that now. Because I'll give you another example. Oh, Jackson, I can't fast for 21 days. Okay, but there's certain results you're not looking for then.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like I'm a guy, I look great in the suit. I do work out, but I understand there's a difference with people that look good in a suit and people that look good with their shirt off.
What's the difference?
You can tell one has a dieting, right? One full of cardio, and then you get to see what you call definition.
That's true.
But you could look at me that, I work out. Yeah, like for example, I pray. Yeah, Jim. So I read my word. Okay, now I look good. Now we on our way to the beach, Molly. Because I'm like, damn, Joe, my body don't have beach qualifications according to what we know that would look like.
Like, that's what it would look like. Yeah. The fruit, basically the fruit.
The fruit. Yeah, that's why a lot of us, when we get to a particular place in life, you're like, damn, I can't pray. Or you like, yo, man, and you're like, and what happens? It's because you realize the next level you wanted to do, you wasn't ready to make the sacrifice. And the Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice. So if you can obey, you automatically sacrifice.
That that is true. That is true. That is true. I could definitely relate to that because it definitely say you will know them by the fruit, and then not by like the amount of money they have, but if you preaching about cell phones, then we better see cell phones in your hand. If you just like you said, if you're working out to get your body done good, then we gotta see good body. If so
Right,
it's
right, right,
definitely
right.
true. It's
You
definitely
you
true.
you expect you don't plant an apple seed to see oranges, right?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And you
exactly.
just got to be like, okay, I'm planting the seed. This is what I want. This is what I want to see at the seed. And you know what I mean? Is it always easy? Is it easier said than done? Absolutely. But again, the God above loves to help those that help themselves. Period.
That's true. That's true. So people, man, you hear it. Make sure you help yourself, do the work, and God will meet you wherever you are. That's how it goes. One last
Tie
word
down.
for that's it. The one last word for the people, man, before we wrap this up. We're not gonna keep it too long. So I don't know if you got any last germs, anything, any advertisement, anything you got coming on, any song, any book. Let us know what's going on.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I don't keep it long. Just follow me on IG, man, because
Exactly.
it's a lot of it is unfolding. You know what I mean? What I want to tell people is, my last few words is remember, people don't always remember what you done for them, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Hmm.
So I encourage you to be a better human today. I encourage you to remember you don't know where you're gonna get your next glass of water from. I encourage you to see the glass half full versus half full. You know what I mean? I encourage you to apply yourself. And I want you to remember the difference between good and bad is seconds away. The difference between good and great is a lifetime. And it's a discipline and it's an ethic to allow you to be great. And it takes talent for you to be good. So today, be great, man. The Magic Man. Thank you, man, for
Anytime.
giving me and the rest of the world the opportunity to speak and hear and share information because three of the highest form of currencies in life: relationships, time, and information.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
Between those three, you'll get exactly where you need to be.
That's true, man. Appreciate you, man. It's always love when we link up. Can't wait for us
Always
to
love.
work on some new project, man. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. All the information of Jackson Chery will be in the description, and all the information for these T-shirts and the podcast, where you can listen to the full audio, is gonna be in the description as well. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I hope you understand the meaning of prayer, and I hope you understand how to apply prayer in your day-to-day life. This is the purpose of this series that we having about prayers, and yeah, man, stay tuned for the next one.